Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to unpackage our most recent eBay purchase. And this purchase did not come about the way that most of my eBay purchases do. I have kept an eye on this listing for a few months now at least. I felt like it was listed a little bit high. I was really interested in a box and some paperwork for a particular lighter. You guys might be able to surmise what lighter that would be. So I want to give props to this seller. He sent me or I say he, it may be she. They sent me an offer, which it was originally listed at about $38 plus about $7 for shipping and handling. I wasn't willing to pay that much for the box and paperwork, and especially since the lighter that was inside was not the lighter that actually belongs in the box. It was just a generic aluminum block unmarked Petrol lighter. So I sent a counter offer to the offer. I don't even remember how much the offer was for that they had sent me. And I'd actually sent an offer. I didn't realize this until later. I'd sent an offer way back when I had originally seen the listing. That was $1 more than the offer that they ended up accepting. But when I made that counter offer, I wrote a little note there explaining that I really wanted the box and paperwork, that the lighter didn't belong in it, and I wasn't really interested in the lighter anyway, that I really just wanted the box and paperwork. And so I was thrilled just a few minutes later to see that the seller had accepted my offer. I was a little bit confused though, because like I said, I had made it clear that all I was really interested in was the box and paperwork. So I see here that they included the lighter, so I appreciate that very much. I will put that lighter to good use, as we do all the Petrol lighters here at DependableFlame.com. Put them back into working order. Demonstrate to you how to do that for your lighter. But what I really couldn't wait to get my hands on here was not the lighter, which, as I said earlier, unmarked aluminum block. I don't know, we'll clean that up. There might be some marking on there. I don't think so though. Pretty typical unmarked aluminum block Petrol lighter, and I'm sure a fine one at that. But we have lamented over and over the dearth, the lack of information about vintage Petrol lighters that were made in Japan. So when I saw this box and paperwork, which is actually just a half box, still really cool though to have this to display one of my Automat Cygnus lighters in. You can see there are 4 of them there behind in the background. Trying to see if there's any other information. There you can see it says guaranteed and Tokyo Jimuki Manufacturing Company Limited. On the back it says Cygnus JIS 3838 guaranteed, Tokyo Jamuki Manufacturing Company Limited. That is really cool. This is what I really wanted though. This is what really caught my eye, and I took several pictures of the listing photos so that I would at least have this information. But having this information to refer to myself and having it that I can publish to the website and here to the YouTube channel and Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the other places as well. This is priceless. So thank you very much to the eBay seller Junk in the Box Ohio. They have a 1170 feedback rating with 99.7% positive feedback. Very active seller on eBay, it appears, of vintage and sundry other items, and a seller who was willing to accept my offer and very generous in doing that. And I just can't tell you what this means. And you know, we've talked a lot about this channel. You guys know I've struggled with OCD. I'm a germaphobe. I do not like this paper. I do not like touching it. You can't clean paper. But the information we have here, and we'll have an extended video on this box and paperwork. Get one of those lighters installed into the box just to see how it looks, and go over the paperwork in detail. But to have an address, to have all this information for what is a somewhat obscure Japanese made lighter, when it is very difficult to find this kind of information of any sort for Japanese lighters. I am thrilled to have this box and instructional paperwork for the vintage Penguin Cygnus aluminum block automat roller Petrol lighter. Until next time.